Some of y'all think this is just common sense, but you will be surprised. People don't think this way, unfortunately. You'll be surprised people don't think this way. So it's important that I bless you guys with this knowledge that I have, so that if you're out there, you will understand that what you do really matters in the public eye, and these are one of the things you should be mindful of. Hi everyone. Hey guys, this is Mitch of All Trades and welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to see you guys. I hope everyone's having a good day. So this video, we're gonna talk about what I like to call nurse etiquette. Working for 2 years as a nurse, I've been very observant, and I feel like that's just maybe because I'm more of like a visual person, a visual learner. I've been so observant, and I've noticed that there's so many little key habits that makes you stand out as a nurse, makes you be more perceived as someone that's more competent and someone that knows what they're doing. And that's what I would like to call nurse etiquettes. The same way you have etiquettes at the table, when you're eating at a restaurant or whatever, are etiquettes that you need to have as you're working as a nurse. And I also feel like appearance really matters. The same way if you're at a restaurant, the person that serves you, based on how they look or how they keep themselves together, that can determine if you feel like the service you're getting is actually very good or not. It can also determine if the food you're getting is even going to be clean. And it also represents the restaurant that person is working for. So I do believe that those same tactics can be applied to us as nurses, and that's why I want to make this video, to show you guys what I believe, keyword I, my personal opinions on what I feel should be every nurse's good habits. So let's get into it. So the first thing I feel is very important is your face, how you look. Now, I know this looks like a very obvious, like something that everyone should do, but you'll be so surprised. You'll be so surprised, like a lot of people don't groom themselves. Your face is the first thing people look at. It gives the first impression. So you have to make sure your face is well groomed. Look put together, look so you don't look like you're homeless, you know, like you look put together, like you really cared about coming to work. So if that means getting a shape up, if that means tweezing your eyebrows. I know for me, like sometimes if my eyebrows are overdue to be done, they might start looking a little crazy, but I do try my best to make sure they're as groomed as often as I can. So I believe that everyone should really make a mental note of how their face looks like. Make sure it's not ashy, make sure it's well moisturized. Like these little stuff, they make a difference. I feel like if I'm a patient, I'll be so observant of these things, and it's gonna make me know if I should be comfortable, if I feel safe, or if I should not even be at this hospital. So that's one thing. Also, another thing is for ladies, I know we all like to look pretty, making sure that we have just minimal makeup, and if not minimal, then no makeup at all. So a don't is don't come in with a full face beat. Now this can be very controversial because some people feel like, you know, I can look my best, you know, I want to do this, I want to do that, it's not going to affect my job. But for me personally, I wouldn't wear a full face because one, whenever I wear a full face, I am mindful of my face. I want to make sure that it's not oily. I have to make sure I have to go to the bathroom, make sure that places are dry, places are blended in, my lashes are not falling off, my eyebrows are still intact, like just those little things. And I feel like those things can distract me from focusing on the main thing, which is the patient and their care, and it makes me more self-aware and self-conscious, and it distracts me from my actual work. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only lady that feels this way. That's why I always recommend, or my personal opinion, I will always recommend not to come in with the full face beat. If you really want to wear makeup, I feel like the minimal can work. For me, normally I normally go barefaced, but lately I got lash extensions, which is giving my eyes some more of a pop. So if anything, I can add like little, either the lash extensions, which I just recently got, or the strip lashes, something more natural. And then when I make sure my eyebrows are done, it makes me look more clean, and that's pretty much what I do. And then chapstick or lip gloss, mostly like chapstick or something, but that's as much as I go. So at least for me, I know that I'm not so self-conscious and I'm more focused on my patients. Another thing is your hair. Now, it's kind of tricky because I like my long voluptuous hair. I like my weave long. Like sometimes, you know, I like the look. I understand. But I feel like coming to the workplace is important to have your hair either tied back or kept short. Now, this is also a personal opinion. For me, this is good enough for me to just leave it the way it is. But if it's any longer, I always try to tie it back or style it in a way that it's all put together in the back. So, a couple months ago, I had long dreads. I normally tie it at the back, or yeah, just tie it at the back in some kind of way. And I feel like that helps me because when I think about things that I would like to do, like let's say I'm in a patient's room trying to insert an IV or trying to draw blood and I'm leaning over, I don't want my hair just grazing through the patient's bed or just any germs, because that hair, I'm bringing it home. So I'm very conscious of that. So I feel like for anyone, if you are someone that has long hair, be just mindful of that, to put it in the back. And this is more so of your safety and something that you should be mindful of, because we all know the hospital carries a lot of germs. So it wouldn't make sense for you to carry those germs with you home. Like, it's just, no, that's dirty. That's actually dirty. So do tie your hair back, but keep your hair short, and don't let your hair just drag on the floor or drag around and just lay carelessly around. So a do is to maintain short length nails. Now this is so hard to talk about because I feel like these are stuff that I kind of struggle with, trying to keep my nice city girl, nice icy girl look, but still maintain cleanliness in the hospital. So maintain short nails. So either have your natural nails, or if you are gonna get any artificial nails or anything like that, or nail polish, just make sure that they are, one, short, and two, they are more I'll just say short. I'm not gonna say different. I'm not gonna go into colors because that's just a whole nother issue. I would be a hypocrite because I know I like my colors. But one thing I do try to maintain is short nails. Something that's just not too long, that doesn't become a safety hazard. So a don't is don't carry long nails. Tips, long tips, the almond shape, coffin shape, whatever, those pointy stiletto nails, like just be mindful of them, because one, they can scratch patients while you're doing patient care, and two, the underneath of your nails can carry so much dirt, and if you're not careful, you can introduce that to others, and if you're not careful, you can introduce that to yourself. So when you're touching other patients, going from room to room, yes, you're washing your hands, but what if you're not washing underneath your nails? And then, God forbid, you go to the break room and you're trying to eat something, it's just too much germ transfer that you don't want on yourself. So that's one thing. And another thing is don't carry dirty nails. It's common sense, but it's really not common. Make sure your nails are clean. You don't want those brown things underneath your nails. That is not a good look. Like, besides the fact that you want to protect yourself from getting any germs and all that stuff, it's just not a good look. If I see somebody with dirty nails, it tells me a lot about their lifestyle and if they even keep themselves clean. And I would be scared to be getting services from you if your nails are dirty. So just be mindful of that. Just make sure that your nails are cut short and clean and free of any dirt, for your own safety and for the safety of others and for your own reputation. One thing I've really realized is that people really be talking in the hospital. If it's patients to patients, they will talk to the doctors about you, or patients will talk to other patients about you, or patients will tell other family members about you, or patients will tell other nurses about you. Like, people really talk in the hospital. And the least thing that you want is your name circulating around for the little things that you've been doing that you weren't even aware of. The next thing is moisturizing. Do moisturize your hands and don't be ashy. Make sure your hands are moisturized as often as you can. Not only does it help keep your hands soft and stuff, but it also just makes you look more put together. Ashy hands are not cute.
And that's on period.
Let me just start there. And especially us, if you're dark like me, like it shows a lot versus if you're more lighter or a different complexion. But if you're dark like me, your hands cannot be ashy. You can't walk around like that. So yeah, always make sure you stay strapped with like a lotion, moisturizer of some sort. Make sure you moisturize your hands. In the hospital, when we go from patient rooms to patient rooms, we wash our hands or use hand sanitizers, and it's easy for our hands to get dry because we're washing it so often. But it's so important that you carry a moisturizer with you so that you can stay moisturized. It just finishes off the look. You, especially as a female, you can't be walking around with ashy hands. Just, you can't. I'm sorry, boo. I'm so sorry. Like I'm not gonna let you walk around and be ashy. All right? So make sure you moisturize those hands. Make sure if you need to get like a travel size bottle of lotion, make sure you have it with you. Do iron your uniform. You have to iron your uniform. Why are you coming in and your clothes are wrinkled? Just don't come in with wrinkled clothes. It looks like you literally just rolled out of bed. And it looks like you don't take care of yourself or even care about yourself. So how can you care for others if you don't care about yourself? It's the same way, like the whole principle about you have to love yourself for you to love others. Because when you love yourself, the overflow of that can be poured out to others. If you don't love yourself, there's nothing to pour out to people. So if you don't take care of yourself, how can you really take care of people? Just baby, don't. Just don't come in with wrinkled clothes. Plain simple. Make sure that you iron your clothes. One thing I would say though, because me personally, I'm not really good at ironing clothes. I always admit this on Twitter. One thing that I do is after washing and drying my uniform, I immediately fold it or hang it up. Actually, I hang it up on a hanger because when it's dry, for some reason it's more pressed and it looks so ironed and stuff. The only reason why I can ever get wrinkled is if it's folded or rumpled somewhere for so long. But if I take it from the dryer and hang it up, it maintains that pressed look and it won't be wrinkled. But if you can iron your clothes, if you're good at that, make sure you do that before coming to work. It makes a big impression on you. It does look like you have to look put together. You have to look like you came here and you're ready for business. So if you come in and your clothes are not ironed, if you come in, your shirt is wrinkled, your pants are wrinkled, it really looks like you're a hot mess, and it really says a lot about you and how you take care of yourself and how you really regard yourself. You are serving people, serving others. How you look does reflect on the work that you give before you even put in the work. How you look reflects on the words that you even say before saying it out loud. People prejudge just off the first impression. So as much as we say don't judge the book by a cover, people really still be judging you by the cover. So you just have to make sure that your cover is looking really nice. Your first impression is still A1 so that people can believe you, trust you, and really depend on you. Another thing is to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. I like to carry this fanny pack that I recently bought. I've really been wanting to get a fanny pack, but I found this particular one and I love it. But it's just a way that I can keep all my stuff together, my pen, my stethoscope, flushes, any other scissors, all that stuff. There's some stuff that I don't carry home with me, especially if it's hospital stuff. I put it back in the bedroom or back at my floor. But I do like to carry this pouch because that's where I can keep everything on me. One thing I don't want to do is get into a patient's room and I'm trying to do something and I keep going back and forth because I'm not ready. It's just not a good look. It's just messy, disorganized, and you're not able to focus or even perform as well as you would if you were prepared. So I like to carry this pouch to keep you prepared, but also if you don't have this pouch, always make sure you're prepared. Maybe put stuff in your pocket. You have so many pockets in your uniform, make sure you stuff it up with things that you need so that you're always ready for whatever. And the last thing that I like to do, the last thing I feel like it's a good nurse etiquette, is always to carry a natural scent, a natural good scent. So if it's a body spray that you have or some kind of body mist, I always recommend spraying that on you. Now, hold up, we're not talking about no Dior. I'm not talking about your Dior perfume, your Chanel perfume, your Gucci perfume, all that stuff. Be mindful that strong scents also affect patients. There are patients that can't tolerate really strong scents. But I do believe that a natural body scent, like just to have a natural scent, helps put everything together. When people are close to you, you smell clean, you smell fresh. The least you want to do is smell musty. Don't come in smelling musty. You don't want to smell like food. Don't come in smelling like food, but just carry a fresh scent with you. So even if it's a fresh body mist or some kind of body spray, something that's light but still effective. I always carry one in my car. Before I step out, I just spray it on myself. Sometimes I go a little too crazy, but the thing about this body mist is that it doesn't smell at all. I feel like it doesn't smell, but it still smells because I sprayed on myself. But it doesn't carry a strong scent. So that's something that I like to do, and I feel like it's a good nurse etiquette for anyone else out there that is a nurse, that is working. I feel like there are things that you really need to be mindful of to make a good impression on yourself, to also market yourself and promote yourself out there. People are watching you. People watch the way that you do and watch the way that you move. You never know who you meet out there. You never know who's connected to what. There's so many people that I've met, so many people that are in higher places, so many people that have high leadership, so many people that are even celebrities that I've met, and you would never know. So a good impression always matters, and I feel like these are the little things that are very subtle but very effective in making sure that you look more put together and gives you a good appearance and gives you a good impression on others. So that's it. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else that you practice that you feel like is a good nurse etiquette that you've tried to adapt to your routine. I would love to hear that. These are things that I've tried to adapt to myself. There are things that I'm really working on, but these are things that I try to set as my ground rules so that I can follow them. But I hope you guys learned from this. I hope you guys share it, like, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys so much. Thank you for supporting me, and I'll see you at my next video.